Hi everyone, welcome to my lecture Water Technology. In this lecture, we are going to discuss about desalination process. So the process of removing common salts from the seawater known as desalination process. The common salts likely to be sodium chloride. The water containing dissolved salts, that is especially in sodium chloride, with peculiar salty taste is called as brackish water. So depending upon the quantity of dissolved salts, the water is graded as freshwater, brackish water, and seawater. Freshwater, which contains less than 1000 ppm of dissolved salts, mainly sodium chloride. Brackish water contains greater than 1000 ppm but less than 35,000 ppm of dissolved salts. And seawater contains greater than 35,000 ppm of dissolved salts. Seawater and brackish water can be made available as drinking water through the desalination process. There are different common methods for the desalination of brackish waters are electrodialysis, reverse osmosis, distillation, and freezing. In this lecture, we are going to discuss about two techniques. One is electrodialysis and reverse osmosis process. Reverse osmosis is a water treatment process that removes contamination from water by using pressure to force water molecules through the semi-permeable membrane during the process. The contaminants are filtered out and flushed away, leaving clean and delicious drinking water. Here is the process. Here you can see brackish water and seawater is allowed to pass through this semi-permeable membrane, and the fresh water will be collected over here. What will happen in this if the water is passed through this membrane? Here the cross section of membrane is given here. There are many micropores will be available in the membrane. The fresh water will be passed through this. The remaining bacteria, pathogens, contaminants, chemical contaminants, turbidity, dispersed particles, physical impurities, everything will be deposited over here, and this will be removed out from the reverse osmosis system. Also, this system will remove common chemical contaminants, metal ions, aqueous salts, including sodium, chloride, copper, chromium, and lead, may reduces arsenic, fluoride, radium, sulfates, etc. salts. This kind of membrane filtration is also called as superfiltration or hyperfiltration. Let's see the advantages of this reverse osmosis system. This method have a greater advantage of removing ionic, non-ionic, colloidal, and high molecular weight organic matters. This is very, very important. And also, the lifetime of the membrane is quite high for about 2 years. And also, the membrane can be replaced within few minutes. It's very easy to replace the membrane, so the maintenance is very easy. Due to low capital cost and low operating cost and high reliability, this method is superior than other methods. And also, the commercial RO waters are used in different industries like food and beverage industry, agricultural industry, boiler feed, disaster relief, environmental, hospitals, hotels, marine, military, mining, pharmaceutical, power and energy sectors. So the extremely high quality of water is required for nuclear power plants and be made from seawater by reverse osmosis process. Sugar concentration, wastewater recovery, and beverage uses are very few of the current popular applications of reverse osmosis process. Next, we will discuss about electrodialysis process. The basic principle involved in this process is electrodialysis involves the separation of dissolved salts from saline water in the form of ions under the influence of direct current using ion selective membranes. This electrodialysis is another efficient technique used for the desalination of saline water. Also, and here we are using ion selective membranes. And ion selective membranes, it is permeable for only one kind of ions. For example, cation selective membrane allows to passage of cations only. Similarly, anion selective membrane is permeable only to anions. Let's see the electrodialysis process. In this process, the saline water is allowed to pass through the electrodialysis cell. This is an electrodialysis cell. When a direct current is passed through the saline water enclosed between the ion selective membranes, the cations of the dissolved salts moves towards the cation selective membrane, whereas anions of the salts moves towards anode through the anion selective membrane. The ion starts moving towards the oppositely charged electrodes through the membranes when the current applies. The cations of positively charged species, it is passed through the cation selective membrane, and the cation selective membrane, the concentrated water will be collected in the bottom. And similarly, the anions moves towards the anion selective membranes, and the concentrated saline water which is collected in the bottom. The stage of 2, 4, and 6, and the anion and cation free water will be collected, that is called pure water. Here we can see some of the examples of ion selective membranes. Cation selective membrane, polystyrene containing sulfonic acid group will act, and polystyrene containing tetraammonium chloride will act as an anion selective membranes. And there are some of the advantages are there in this method. It is a most compact unit, and the cost of installation and operation is economical. It's not comparatively very less, but it requires some current. If electricity is easily available, the process is best suited to convert seawater into fresh water. Thanks for watching, and if you have any queries, please comment.